This is Purposeful Leadership. Welcome, friends. Today's episode is entitled Universal Constants. I do these podcasts because I believe I have something to say that will serve you in your life. I don't make them very long for that same reason. I learned a long time ago that real and lasting growth occurs incrementally, most of the time, in chunks or even bites. In this information-saturated world, it has never been more essential to recognize and live this way. True learning is informational. It truly informs. And it also must be experiential. That is, you must actually employ it or use it for it to become real in your life. So given the fact that we have only 12 to 16 hours of me time in our lives each week, we need to become jealous about that time and use it wisely. And some of that time, maybe 10 to 25% of it, must be invested in real growth if we're to mature and become wise. As I've said before, the world is changing more rapidly than ever before. Our ability to adapt and respond well to that change is a real key to how well we will progress in it. That's why I stress so much the idea of identifying the key universal constants in life. Things that are core, that will never ever change. Even if we try to make them change, they stay constant. These constants, or universal principles of life, are there to help you and I, to keep our bearings, so that we stay on course. You know, like true north. Once we know there is true north, we can determine east, west, and south. Without true north, we can lose our way. So universal constants are like that. They're also like the law of physics. They're always true. You can count on them. I think this is why we have such fascination with science. We're at a point where we rely almost totally on science. But science doesn't solve problems. People do. Science is knowledge that is discovered. And the fact that it's discovered means it was always there. This implies an original source, does it not? A constant. What seems to be a rapidly changing world, though, is not really that at all. What seems to be a rapidly changing world is not really that, once you look at and hold on to these universal truths. The seemingly rapidly changing world seeks to redefine everything. Everything. And if you and I don't use discipline to sort through and discover what is universally constant, we will be swept up in the ever-changing redefinition of virtually everything and become adrift in a sea of, well, nothingness. Progressivism is a great example. Progressivism is always inciting change, especially in our language and our thinking. But the word progress means to go forward. So changing just to change may or may not be progress. A great deal of what you're being asked to change is not really true progress at all. Have you defined for yourself what true progress is? I highly recommend that you discipline yourself to recognize true progress. True progress always moves us forward towards a state of truly better, truly good, truly beautiful. Think about this for a minute. I hope you're taking note of the number of times I use the word true or truly. Truth. Truth is that which is really real. So truth is a constant, that which is really real. But it has been defined and is being constantly, continuously redefined. Is it not? You need to develop discipline to understand the universal constant of truth, so that when the attempt comes along to redefine it, and it will come along, you have a basis for accepting or rejecting it. One of the definitions of sanity is a dedication to reality at any cost. Are you dedicated to reality at any cost? There is a great quote by Winston Churchill that I try to adhere to in this regard. Churchill was the leader of Britain during the reign of Hitler in the 1930s and 40s. Churchill said, all the great things are simple. No, he didn't talk like that. Churchill said, all the great things are simple, and many can be expressed in a single word, like freedom, justice, honor, duty, mercy, hope, love. These simple things are and should be constants in the world, but they're not. They are continuously being redefined. The point I'm making for you here and present to you to consider and explore is that in order for you to avoid devolving into nothingness, you must develop the discipline of learning and clinging to the true universal constants in life. And you must be diligent and persistent to explore them and maintain them so that change in the world around you can be true progress. Progress, true progress, is when things move toward a state of truly better, truly good, truly beautiful. That's truly progress. So true progress is a constant that must be truly defined so you recognize it when you see it. And again, I repeat, change may or may not be progress. So how about you? Have you identified the universal constants in life? And we talk a lot here about life's core purpose as part of becoming a purposeful leader. And life's core purpose is a great place to start with the constants in your life. It's a great way to recognize and discover what they are. Your life's core purpose is composed of two universal constants that reside in two different places within you. One is your core competence, a thinking skill that is hardwired into you that you can rely on before you act or decide. The other is your core passion, which is in your heart and is a universal care or concern or desire for the world around you. Once you identify your core competence and your core passion, the next step is to learn how to put them together and use your life's core purpose to give you a more effective and more joyful life. If you go to lifescorepurpose.com and click on Find Yours, and then click on Get Started, you can sign up and begin the great journey. For a limited time, if you register there, you get a $125 value for just $49. Yes, $49. For $49, you get your life's core purpose, the 2 words that will change your life and your career. You get your first video coaching session on how to use your life's core purpose for free. You get a 1-year access to our member resource area where you get exclusive access to all of our other training videos. All of this for $49. Plus, you get a separate members-only podcast about purposeful leadership. Go to lifescorepurpose.com now. lifescorepurpose.com. All that for just $49. Don't wait. Find yours now. Remember, live on purpose.